It's your boy Mike. Welcome back to another Dragon Ball Gekishin Squadra video. We are going to be looking at the feedback section inside of the Dragon Ball Gekishin Squadra server. If you guys don't already know, all you have to do is copy these commands to click or to get this submitted game feedback. You go over to any of the channels. I usually go to off topic because no one really talks in here. You click submit game feedback, so that way it pulls up like this. You click enter, and you can go ahead and submit your feedback. It's been like 2 weeks since we've done this. I don't have a guest here today, unfortunately. And the main reason why is because I'm recording this at 10 p.m. So 2 hours before Monday is over. And I don't really want to have a guest on that I'm like getting last second. It's just been pretty busy, to just say it clearly, right? But let's just go ahead and hop right into it. Clearly state the punishments for each report option and increase the punishment for mid-game AFK/uncooperative gameplay. As well as this, implement some sort of communications ban and report option for players who intentionally spam ping in order to detriment the team. This is always common with people who AFK due to their mid-game hissy fits. As well as this, improve systems which would remove points lost when an ally goes AFK. This is very stupid because like it used to be a thing and then they just stopped doing that. Like this was already in and then they took it away. I don't know why they did. If players are playing in a party and one is punish every player on that team to further incentivize following player No. Like I get what you're saying of wanting to. Well, let's finish all this. I know your precious stockholders don't want you banning any potential buyers of in-app purchases, but please, for the love of God, of all that is holy, can you fix these things before even thinking for 1 second about your income? These are only losing players by ignoring these easy-to-fix issues. I love Squadra, but the matchmaking is unbearable. Fix it. The matchmaking, there is a lot of improvements you can make, right? I've always said that I don't think the rank disparity that you can have with your teammates is very stupid. Like there is no reason why a C rank player should be matching up with an S rank, or like a person can be on a team with an S rank as like an E rank, right? Like that's stupid, but it happens. It just shouldn't happen, but it does, right? There are like cases where there are like players who are just toxic and they don't know that that's what that type of person is going to be. So I don't like if punish the person who's doing the thing, don't punish everyone around them. I feel like this is a bit silly, but everything else I definitely agree with. I am a person who hates when people spam ping. So I'll give this one a thumbs up. I agree. John Pork. Add voice chat or text option. Yes, I'll allow that one. Send notifications to say that X player that I reported has received a small punishment if my report was deemed correct, and tell me what their punishment was. Just reporting them with zero proof of action pissed someone off more than not even having a damn report button. This is true. Let us name our preset for cards so we can example put character names lists for easier and quicker choosing. Yes, this is really nice. Even Dokkan has stuff like where you can put team names and all that. Legends has the same thing as well. Having it where it's like this, or just making it where it's just for the character. Like if I'm playing Super Saiyan Goku and I already have my Super Saiyan Goku pre-built deck, it should just come like that in every single game unless I specifically choose to not have it like that anymore. Maybe add an option to choose an option to who to choose to make it default on the preset page. So we can click on a numerous characters to have it default before a match starts. It's pretty good. No more bots. Yep. I misclicked 3 times. This game needs a voice or text chat if it's unplayable in mid or high because there are too many bots. What I mean, too many people who don't know when to fight, when to defend, when to ult, when to the freaking boss without full stack. It's not playable. Voice or text chat would help a lot to communicate. I think that's true. Please make the game low gamma if possible, as I can't properly because the game freezes when I fight Bardock, Baby, Krillin, Ultimate Gohan, or Super Oob. It's like a mode that allows you to attack quickly when there's a teammate nearby. I'm on mobile and the game mode freezes too. I like the game, but it annoys me when it keeps freezing every time I face them. Even if I use them, it still freezes. I've turned everything down to disable my settings if it works properly, but it's those heroes I can't even fight them. That stinks because some of those characters are all high tier. Bardock, Ultimate Gohan, and Super Oob. Like, those are characters you'll probably see one of in every single game, no matter what. I think the optimization on Gekishin Squadra just needs improvements in general as well. You guys should add hours played on the statue where it shows the stats like KOs, MVPs, and assists. I like that. Wait. Oh, yeah. Yeah, if it showed hours, that would be... Oh, maybe even just matches. Because they do show KOs, MVPs, and assists, but I would also like matches as well. The game is awesome, but you know it would be awesome. Chaozu as a playable hero next season. It's going to be a hype celebration, so you guys should release him as a way to ease us into the half of the anniversary and Saiyan days. Besides, we've gotten too many Saiyan recently. Anyways, I'd like to see some variety. Chaozu for season 4. I give that a thumbs up. No matter what, I think they should just have it where, like, clearly, I don't think they want to drop these characters that are just not hype anymore. Like, what I mean is, like, they aren't going to drop Earthlings or anything like that because they haven't. Like, they haven't done anything that's not like a Saiyan or anything that's not gonna sell, right? Like, Topo is probably the only exception in that case. Everyone else is like semi-hype, right? Bare minimum semi-hype. And Topo was like one of the least played, one of the least bought, one of the least, like, whatever you want to say, used characters in the season that he dropped, right? When they showed like the statistics during Squadra Blast. So because of that, I feel like they're probably going to be like a little bit hesitant to do this. But honestly, what they should just do is have it where it's like a batch, right? So it's like, okay, we know for a fact that people aren't going to want to buy like Chaozu or let's say Yamcha or Tien. Make it just a batch. Like, for season 4, what if instead of one character dropping and it's like Earthlings, what if it's 2 characters? So not only does Chaozu drop, but also Tien. Or not only does Yamcha drop, but also Krillin. Not Krillin, dude. Krillin's already in the game. I'm trying to think of like what other... I don't know if they would do Yajirobe. I would probably think not. What would be like another like Earthling that would be pretty cool? Roshi? Yeah, I would say something like that, right? I think something like that would be pretty hype. If they just dropped like these Earthlings in batches, like 2. Day 6 of requesting Chaozu technical. A lot of Chaozu technicals. Or just Chaozu lovers. Oh, you know what? Let's check that out. Let's see. Someone just sort of added this. Add a block and a void button. Yes, I agree. Alright. Love the current patch. However, I fixed a few things that should be tweaked. Is this the one that I put? Oh, some of this is some of the ones that I put. That is funny. So skill 2. Have the stagger go down in 1 second. Fix inconsistency in stagger when applied to enemy heroes. Further reduction of stagger effect as well as more consistent application of it would lead to him being more in line and balance with other tank heroes. I'm gonna be honest. If they nerf Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, I think Bardock also needs to be nerfed as well. I don't know what I don't play Bardock enough to know. Actually, no. I take that back. It's just a skill 2. His rage needs to not be as good as it is. It's easily the most toxic mechanic, right? So if they nerf Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, I would also like Bardock to get nerfed as well. Ultimate Gohan, stack from 2 to 3. That's pretty good. Skill 2, remove stagger effect from colliding the enemy into the walls so you keep the extra damage, however. Yes. That was also another thing that I've suggested as well. Requiring Gohan 3 stacks will reduce the severe oppressive force he has within the game, as well as removal of the collision stunning, as he could chain, stagger, and flee effects together with ease, leading to upwards of 5 to 6 seconds of the enemy being stunned. A Gohan nerf is needed. Dude, I'm already giving this a mega like right there. Adjustments. Zamasu, body regeneration. Apply no skills and attacks to self if removed. Let me read. If a previous buff needs to be removed for the sake of this being taken care of, then so be it. This is a horrible downside to Zamasu's passive and should not be even be something that applies. If anything, it nullifies the purpose of the revive, as you will not have the skills needed to make an escape or a last strategic player when needed. 9 out of 10 times when your revival activates, you are caught out and completely undead anyways, thus making this half of his passive redundant. Oh, they're okay. I see. They just want you to be able to attack. Honestly, if they don't want to just remove this entire line from the passive, just make it where it's shorter. I don't know how many seconds it is now, but like 1 or 2 seconds I think would be okay. Maybe even just 1 second, right? There needs to be a way to rewatch the matches that we have so we don't have to manually record everything. Yep. There's literally a thing for quote-unquote clips, and you can't even watch it. Like, that's so silly. For the love of God, fix bots in this game or just remove them entirely. Bots in the game are genuinely the worst. Yep. We don't need to read this. Everyone hates bots. Hi friends, I'd like to make a special chat to receive daily or weekly news from the developers. This communication from the lead developers with us is very weak. We only find out about something relevant at the end of the season. Can you have a bit more communication with us? This would really energize the community. Remember that even though we are just players, there is a relationship between us and the game's creators and developers. We really want the content and the community to grow more. The thing is, right? We have... If you're saying, like, okay, hold on. The thing is, right? Because they're saying a special chat to receive daily or weekly news from the developers. Like, we kind of already get that with the patch notes. If they're saying, like, the video, because, like, there's two things, right? If we're talking about, like, developer letters, the developer letters, I think, could be done a bit more. These are, like, the ones that are done, like, every, what, like, one... No, I don't think it's, like, every month or two, right? Let's see. The last time we got a developer letter was in December, right? Like, I don't think there's been any developer letter 5. Yeah, no. And then what was the previous one? Developer letter 4, developer letter 3, that was a month before. One was 2, developer letter 2 was 10. But why did they stop doing developer letters? That's weird. I think having the developer letter is entirely fine. But they just need to bring it back. Like, we haven't gotten one since 4. We should have had 2 by now. We get 1 every single month, and then they stop doing it. That is kind of interesting. So I was originally going to say that, like, I think the developer letters are okay as, like, that. Or instead of that. But then, like how we just saw, we didn't get it. Or, you know what would be cool? You know what would be cool? There used to be a thing, because I'm a Smite player, right? And there used to be a thing where they had, like, a content creator, Punk Duck, and what he would do is he would go over, like, the patch notes in the video, and he would, like, tell you all of the stuff that was changing, and then like, on top of that, like, there was, like, footage actually playing and showing you those changes. And I think that would be pretty cool. Like, imagine if they had it where the Gekishin Squadra creators, like, one creator, like, every 2 weeks or so, well, actually, no, let's just say once a month. What if every month there was, like, either one creator that was just doing it consistently, or just a new creator every single month that would go over the patch notes and then, like, you know, like, discuss it discuss it and talk about it, you know? I think that would be pretty cool. Something like that would also be pretty nice. Either way, though, we do still need, like, again, more developer letters, I feel like. Let us add based on username, add during post-game screen, and edit our own player codes to / default to usernames as starting player codes. I don't know what that means. During, like, this part, edit your own player codes. I think that would be pretty cool. I'm not sure what this is talking about, though. I'm not sure if I'm following that. Is this the same one that we read previously? Let's see. This was from Ed. Who was the previous one? This was not from Ed. Okay. Per performance cell, increase the amount of energy. Yep. Increase it. Yep. Super Saiyan Vegeta, Photon Bomber. Increase the damage on all of his skills. Add movement speed down on his skill 2. Big Bang attack. Add effect that pulls enemies into the center of the attack. I'd rather it just debuff in some other way, because this is just cooler. Like, the thing is that Vegeta's Big Bang attack is... The thing is that the Big Bang attack is a much larger... Like, it is unavoidable as a super attack. You cannot get out of a Big Bang attack once it is maxed out, because the AoE range of it is too big, right? Cooler is at least balanced in the fact that his level 1 and his level 2 are both really, really small. Like, it's very hard to hit when it's early game. But late game is when you can finally start seeing some really good use out of it. And even then, you could still somewhat avoid, like, not all the time, but it is still somewhat avoidable to get out of Vegeta's, out of Cooler's ult. I would rather them do something different with this. Like, imagine this either lowered the defense, like energy defense of enemies, or had it where, like, it increased the amount of defense that he got depending on how many enemies that you hit, right? So, like, let's say Vegeta's defense goes up by, like, I don't know, because what like 200, right? Because I think Gohan does, like, what is it, 500 defense with his, like, skill 3. Imagine that Vegeta has it where, like, he increases his defense by, like, 200 or, like, 150 for every single enemy that you hit during the Big Bang attack for, like, 5-ish seconds or something like that. I think that would be so cool. Or, again, just lowering the energy defense of characters. I don't want it to, like, copy Cooler, though, because this would just be the same exact thing as Cooler, but this would just be a much bigger AoE attack. Android 18, skill 1, add a third destructive disc. Skill 2, give a 1-second stun. That would be cool. Super Saiyan, and I think because they adjusted the HP and then, like, took away from some of the late game HP, I believe. I just give the late game HP back. Increase base HP late game. Skill 1, increase its range at level 1. Add increased damage effect. Oh yeah, we've talked about that before. Increase animation for 2 seconds faster. I think 1 second on each one would be fine. Yeah. Add movement speed down effect at the first part, the slashes. Thanks to giving Trunks the HP needed, but his late game HP, it's like taking 1 step forward and 1 step back. His late game was good, no need to change it. The problem was his early game HP and the effects of his damage. Skill or Super Saiyan 3, increase base HP or increase strike resistance. Skill 1, reduce the charge up time. Skill 2, increase the damage, speed up the animation. I think the animation part is fine. It's genuinely just the damage on it. To me, Goku didn't need the nerf when his skill 1 was the only thing he had. His skill 2 doesn't do good damage, and he doesn't get his super attack until transforming into level 7. 2 levels after everyone else. First form Frieza, increase HP, increase HP level 3, increase HP level 3, decrease cooldown. What if they decreased the cooldown on these characters, Zarbon and Dodoria, when they leveled up? Like level 2 and level 3, like the the cooldown of these characters goes faster. That'd be pretty cool too. These characters that need buffs, but I don't play them. Yes. Adjustments, Super Saiyan Go tanks. Decrease the cooldown from 12 seconds down to 11. Speed up the animation, fix the hitbox. Skill 2, speed up the animation. Skill 3, increase the damage back to... I'm assuming that's what it was before. Super Saiyan Goku increases Spirit Bomb back to what it was previously. Or 3,800. I think the Spirit Bomb damage is fine. But it's 300 damage. It's not like a big deal at the end of the day. Other heroes, Zamasu, Majin Buu, good, baby. There are characters that need buffs too, but I don't play them to give specifics, and we'll say baby does need his skill 3 boosted. Nerf, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta's skill 2 Meteor Extrusion. So 1 second, adjust the hitbox. Can't win. You already saw that. We already saw that. We already saw that. Hit, Vital Strike, reduces stagger effect down to 0.5 seconds or less. Skill 3, Dimension Infiltration, decrease the time while in stealth and increased movement speed. Or increased cooldown. Other heroes, Super Saiyan Bardock. I understand that Bardock was added, but he's too broken to tank. A slight nerf, specifically to his damage, is needed. Again, doesn't even need to be damage. Well, it could be damage too, but specifically his rage or his wrath. His skill 2 is stupidly broken. Add tech shot. Yep, we already saw that. I think you guys should add shout to. Yeah. Okay. Stop giving tiny insignificant slaps on the wrist to leavers. If someone gets higher than level 3, then leaves, ban them for a week to make it longer to perma ban at 5. Whoa, buddy. Listen. There are people who will disconnect, and unfortunately life happens. So I don't think having it where if someone disconnects by accident, that they then cannot play the entire game for a week is a good decision. But I do think not bans. I think that there needs to be bigger punishments. If you disconnect from a game and the enemy, your team forfeits and you get hit with an AFK strike, boom, that's going to be a 10-minute ban. And then it happens again, and like it happens within the same season, boom, that's another like hour ban. And then boom, it's a day ban. And then boom, then you can finally get to a week ban. But I think directly jumping to a week ban, like, I get it. I hate people who go AFK as well. But we have to, like, we have to be somewhat reasonable in, like, these scenarios. Because you have to remember, not everyone is deciding to just go AFK intentionally. They're not doing that because not everyone wants to. Yes, if someone intentionally goes AFK and they're just staying, like, inside of the base, fine. If you want to give them a week ban, that's fine. But if someone is like disconnecting and you're just slapping them with like a 1 week ban, I think that's very, very just it's not fair. Just simply put, I think that like, again, I get it. I have been heated at people who have gone out of their way to leave and all that stuff. I can still sympathize with the people who just get kicked from the game for no reason. You know what I mean? Day 5. Okay. Make it where when you finish the battle pass, add yes. I like it when giving extra Zenny. That would be very nice. Buying it can increase the amount of you gain. Screw the guy who said no matter what pay. Battle pass similar to MCOC. Is that Marvel Contest of Champions? Dude, I haven't played that game in such a long time. It's actually been like 5 or 6 years since I remember playing that game. Yeah, that's crazy. I remember when I used to play Star Wars a lot with that. That brings back memories though. Ban people for AFK. It truly isn't hard to, every game there's like for what a 10-minute ban, then for days to hours to forever, because like it's actually cancerous. Again, if someone is getting reported and then they get like struck, then sure, a day, then having it where it's like a week and yada yada yada, that's completely fine. If someone like not intentionally, but like unintentionally disconnects, I don't think we need to go that harsh. because you're gonna get false flags, and it's just like someone's power is gonna go out, and then they're banned for a week, or someone is gonna have it where like, I don't know, they gotta go do laundry. Only real ones know. Only real ones understand that, friends. Please, love of God, we need more quality of life features. The most necessary part that I can think of off the top of my head is adding people as friends through matches and having some sort of avoid teammate button for matches as well. I don't know how they've gone this far without adding these features, but they need to do something about it soon. It can be very helpful for solo queue players as well, because we already know how awful that is for everyone already. I wouldn't be surprised. Remember that we complained about the star collection system for a long time, and then they added it. We complained, or well, they are trying to fix it. We complained about Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta and Ultimate Gohan for the longest time, and then after like a month, they finally gave him the nerfs. Was it enough? Not really, but they still adjusted them. What was like another thing that is like kind of major? I mean, like, they are constantly improving ways to get Zenny, and that's like something that we always continuously complain about too. I think that's about it. But either way, if we keep complaining and keep vocalizing that we don't want, or that we want to not only have an avoid a teammate option, but also be able to add them, they have to eventually. They truly do have to. If we got more tag characters in the future similar to Gamma 1, since they're currently the only ones in the game with that mechanic, would be a very good way of bringing in characters that might not work as a standalone character, such as Android 19 and Dr. Gero, Majin Ku and Majin Du, or even Nova and Ice Shenron. I would 100% want this. I think, like, if it's these characters, that's completely fine. These guys can drop whenever, and I wouldn't care. If it's something like Majin Ku and Majin Du, I think these characters should be saved for like just a little bit. Like shoot, man, I think Majin Du could probably do good by himself. No, I think they probably should be paired up together. But like, yeah, I do think that, like, I don't know. I suppose I wouldn't mind that like anytime. We gotta wait for anniversary for Nova and Ice Shenron, though. We must continue the trend of having Nova and Ice Shenron be an anniversary unit. Since I see that you are unable to fix the matchmaking and are afraid to punish players who only troll or do nothing in games, since the punishments you give them are like a hug, I was planning to spend money and buy gems, but they don't deserve it since they keep pairing me with brainless people, and the enemies always work as a team. And I keep losing more than 10 games in a row. Until they fix that, I'm not going to invest any money in this. And the system where you don't get matched with the same losers twice in a row is completely useless. They put me with them 3 times in a row. Thanks for not making an effort to improve the game and only favoring those who buy the new characters and are deliberately broken. This game is not enjoyable at all. Okay. At the end of the day, if you don't find the game enjoyable, simple as is, just don't play it. Like, genuinely, if you have a major issue with some of these stuff in the game, drop the game until they fix it. Drop the game and like don't pay at all, because the best thing that you can do is do what you're saying, is just to pay with your wallet and have it where the issues that you want addressed will be pressured to get addressed, right? But yeah, like it's genuinely just that simple, right? But if you don't find the game enjoyable at all, like genuinely, like you also just shouldn't play it. Like no shame, no diss or anything like that. Like just straight up, you should not play it, because games are supposed to be fun at the end of the day. If you're not having fun, then why play it? You know. The one and only thing, and I've said it in the past, and I understand if people don't want to like socialize and all that's completely fine. Easiest fix is just try to find people inside the server, try to find friends. At the end of the day, this is a team-based game. The best way and the best possible chance for you to have a good experience in Gekishin Squadra is finding friends who will play the game with you. I go into my server and I have played like numerous amount of times with people who just talk in there, right? Scroll was a person that I've just met recently, for example, and then we just most recently had a video where I carried him to S rank, and he's a really fucking good Kefla. We also had Lucy, who is another viewer of ours that I just started playing with on Gekishin Squadra as well, and that they were doing very, very good as hit, for example, right? But that's the thing, is that if all you do is just solo queue all day, you are going to have an inherently worse experience than having it where you play with others people. Like it's just unfortunately the case. You can't go into it with like another Dragon Ball mindset where you're just playing this game by yourself and then hoping to have a good experience, because this just isn't that game. It truly isn't. I'm sorry to say, but it's just not. It's a team-based game. You have to, and until they add like voice chat or text chat or anything to fix that issue, you just gotta have to find someone to play with. Add an infinite tier that you can get 1,000 anything. Yep. Stop making new characters, Jesus Christ, and paywalled. See what happened with Pokemon Unite when they started to add new characters only paywalled. I can spoil you, the game fell down like a waterfall. Way to fix is to add characters for buying Zenny, but a moderated amount for like 50k. Thanks for reading the suggestion. Hope you have a good day. Yeah. The thing is that, like, okay, what are the, well, I agree, because a lot of these newer characters that they drop are all some of the best characters inside of the game. Just as simple as that. And even if they're not the best character in the game, they are some of the better characters. Vegito drops, guess where Vegito is? A or S. Kefla drops, guess where Kefla is? A or S. Bardock drops, S. Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta drops, S. What's like another character? Super Saiyan 3 Goku dropped. He was an S when he originally came out, right? Technicals was like Ultimate Gohan dropped. Guess where he was? S. But we can't say that it is a... I can't... At the end of the day, I can't say that it's a pay-to-win game. There are characters who are easily obtainable who are still very, very good. Oob is the #1 DPS in the game right now. Who was the character before him? Super Saiyan Goku. For the longest time, he was the #1 DPS inside of the game. For #2, it was consistent, and probably still #2 right now. It has consistently been Gammas, right? Before that, it was Daima Goku, right? The #1 DPS are almost never the brand new character. Broly and Vegito are crazy, but the thing is that, like, they're arguable for S, but I would still put them in A. But like Super Saiyan Goku was an obvious S before he got nerfed into like 13 times into oblivion, right? Daima Goku just got a resurgence, and now he's one of the better characters. Oob is easily the best boss secure in the game, and one of the best ultimates in the game, and just one of the best like what is it called? The basic attacks in the game. Like he is such a good character, and every single time those DPS are like that. Supports and tanks, you could easily say that, yeah, that's where the issue starts to arise, of like these DLC or newer characters are just maybe a little bit too overtuned. Because Ultimate Gohan, he's probably #1. And then even on top of that, what else would it be? Like, it'd be Hit. Like, Hit and Kid Gohan are close up there. But I still think Ultimate Gohan is like slightly better than those, so he would probably be arguable for S. And then we look at tanks, and it's like Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, who, again, is one of those characters who is like tier 1, and the other one being Bardock. So, I get it. Could you please consider adding more golden capsules for us? Receiving only 3 of them along with the star pass is quite frustrating. It would be greatly appreciated if you could provide a reasonable amount through Twitch drops. Around 18 to 20 capsules would be excellent. Additionally, introducing more events that allow us to obtain would be welcome. Well, the events that we have are fine, especially the Bulma one. Like, that one is goated. But the Twitch drops definitely need to be better. Like, they took gold capsules out of that, and that pissed me off so much. Deborah buff, change burning effect from receive damage at regular intervals. You can reduce the length of this by executing a Vanish Strike or moving at high speed. Receive damage at regular intervals reduces movement speed during high speed flight. You can reduce the length of this by executing a vanishing step. Makes no sense that the... Oh, man. Where were we? Oh, yeah. Hey, they took capsules out of the Twitch shops and it pissed me off. Oh, yeah, no, we were talking about that. Makes no sense to me that Deborah is established. Oh, so my Discord just crashes sometimes. It just happens. I apologize for that. Makes no sense to me that Deborah is established to have a weakness by versus vanishing steps, only to his skill 3 to have a counter that involves literally just moving for a few seconds. That would be cool. Deborah doesn't need buffs either way. Day 4, yeah. This is personal opinion, but it's something that I've been on my mind for a while now. Everybody knows about the season passes with different emotes and finisher effects that were in the game. For example, Legendary Luminous Strike start emote for Gohan. Whenever the season ends, they eventually get rid of those types of things. I feel like they should be brought back sometime in the future with hopes of them eventually being purchasable through Zenny, something we already got. Several months ago with the last couple of patch notes, I feel like it'll intrigue more players to play and grind and eventually purchase the emotes or finisher effects their choice. If they just made it where like these emotes could get with Zenny, that would be best case scenario. I've been playing this game since beta in the game is gradually becoming unbearable. I've been complaining since season 1 to separate the solo duo from 4 stacks and remove the trio queue entirely. This is something else that like Marvel Rivals I believe does, and this would be okay. I played with my friends for some reason we fought into 6 different 4 stacks. You never felt so disrespectful of playing a game. No way must a game punish you by simply playing a game. I was A rank and my friend is B rank. We fought nothing but S rankers and a smurfing team. It's generally one of the reasons why people leave this game. If other MOBAs can separate the full stackers, so can you devs on this one. Some of us don't have free time to just ruin our day and lose interest in the game. Respect your players and address a major issue. I want this game to thrive, so please play your own game and understand how bad it is right now. Yeah, like, I get it. It should be like that. Like, solo queue would be so much more bearable if it had it where it was like this. Whoa, buddy. How did that get 13 likes? Come on, guys. Playing games since season 2 and not season 3 and play this game season pass, but it's useful to do weekly missions. Yep. There's no reason to have it where like there's no battle pass overflow at this point. That was one of our. Yep. Again, still stupid that this is a thing, but whatever. Like, why are we getting penalized for someone else going AFK? It should just have it if the game ends after you vote to forfeit that the one person was AFK. It should not be a thing at all. Remove the bots and ranked every time that like it. Good to go back to like I still don't understand. Like it was a thing. Why was it a thing and then they took it out? They're like we're gonna be punishing AFK players more and then giving them the ego hell, and then they didn't do that. Remove the bots and ranked every time I get them on my team. I lose. Yeah, bots is stupid and ranked. Add a feedback button to the game so that you don't need to go onto Discord. A place harbors the data just to ask for a simple nerf, please. They do the feedback surveys and then they just stop doing them. Like, come on. You guys already had a solution, and you guys stopped doing it. People were doing it for Zenny as well. Like, please, give us another thing. Like, not only just the feedback button, but just do more surveys that incentivize you to do the feedback because of the fact that you're getting Zenny. I do think hit should be nerfed, but again, we have to start talking about what we want to see. Yep. As a buff idea for Deborah, when there is more fortification gauge an enemy has, the better effectiveness of the secondary effects of this against Doomray. Heals more, Darkness Spirit gives more movement speed towards them, and evil. But dude, that would be so fucking cool. That would be cool. Hello, John Pork again. Please make it where we can individually mute pings. Yep. We'll read like 2 more and then we'll be done. Oh my god. Okay. New releases keep coming out with game-defining mechanics with released characters do absolutely nothing in comparison. This is... Are we just fucking lying? Why wouldn't you pick a DPS that can farm twice as easily with a hyper-mobile assassin or one of that can fully heal pre-7 and gain a full level for easy control? Why wouldn't you pick a tank with the largest AoE CC or the Geatrix has some cool base HP? What are the top characters in the game right now DPS-wise? It is Oob, and it is arguably like Gamma 1 and Gamma 2, like or Daima. There's so many people that you could put there. It is insane. But you know, like, who you can't, like, I whatever you say, I don't know if I could really hear the argument for it, is like Vegito or Broly. Vegito or Broly can be argued for S, but like I just can't put them. I can't put them in S, man. They are not best in slot. They just aren't. Like, Oob is one-shotting people with his ultimate, right? But like, well, that sucks. Like 5 minutes of recording was all deleted because of my OBS crashed. But yes, Oob is broken. There are so many of these older release characters that have been consistently #1 for the longest time. Super Saiyan Goku was like insanely strong and was easily the arguable #1 DPS for like season 1 all the way to like season 4. His death was in season 4 when they nerfed him. But until that point, he was like #1 DPS. And then we had Piccolo, who has been high up on the list. We've had Oob, who is now the #1 DPS. We've had Gammas, who got massively buffed, and then they became one of the best DPS as well. We can't be going around and saying that like only the new characters are the best ones. If you want to say that for tank, if you want to say that for technical, fine. I think that Kid Gohan held his reign for like a long time, but even still, Ultimate Gohan and like Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta and Bardock now, like those newer characters are definitely like a cut above the rest. Even Cooler, after getting his buffs, is still not as good as Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta or Bardock. Even Hit, it definitely doesn't have like as much usefulness as something like Ultimate Gohan, I feel like. These are all the adjustments that this person would like for all these characters. Super Saiyan Vegeta, his skill 2 should either restore armor or have a better pull-in. Make his skill 1 do more damage is also an idea or an alternative. I think that would be fine. Like, if it has a better pull-in, maybe with each level, that could be pretty cool. Piccolo, reduce the special beam cannon damage at level 3. I think that's true. Like, the damage that it does at level 3 is way too much. Kale, let her stay in her super attack even if bonus HP is gone, or give her more bonus HP in super attack. I'd rather have the first thing, the former, because like, imagine it was just like a time limit, rather than having it where it's like, you have to specifically take away that bonus HP. Or like, what if every single bit of damage that you take reduced the time on it? Like, let's say that it's 10 seconds that you can stay as Kale, but like every 10% of HP you lose is like a second lost on that. I feel like that'd be pretty nice. Majin boost CC stun immune on skill 2. I think that might be a little bit too broken. I'd rather just see the heal either go a little bit faster or buff his like skill 3. I think arguably, I think his skill 2 is the one thing that I feel like they should probably not touch the most out of all of his skills. I think skill 3 would be the thing I would want adjusted the most out of all of the skills, but yeah. Because it's the weakest. It's the weakest out of all of them. Hit, increase the cooldown on skill 3, make super attack radius smaller each level. I think it's fine as is. The only thing is like Superstar is where that could be like a very big issue on his skill 3. Like I'd rather just them reduce all of his stuns. Like the stun time should just be reduced as a whole. Stuns are super fucking annoying in this game, so having it where like you can't play the game is stupid. I think all stuns should be just 1 second, and then every single time afterwards should be reduced by 50%. Your first stun is in like a 10-second interval, or like a 10-second like time. First stun is like 1 second, second stun is half a second, third stun is like 0.25 seconds. Like, it should be like that, like 25 milliseconds, you know? Trunks increase the width of skill 1 damage. Or skill 1 attack, excuse me. Yeah. Actually, no, the range on the skill 1 just needs to be improved on the level 1 and like level 2. I don't know if the width, because it's I don't know if I want to say quote unquote like skill based move, but like the length that it goes makes up for the fact that it's like special beam for Piccolo. It's supposed to be a move that is like going far range, but is slim because of it, right? Especially because it doesn't have like damage fall off or anything like that, like a Kamehameha would have. Caulifla super attack with increase at level 1 and level 2. Currently useless at level 1. I agree with this. Android 18 increased range on her super attack and increased speed of her flying to target. Cell also they like made it where she lost like HP late game, but they buffed her early game HP, I believe. Just add that late game HP back. Cell needs early game HP buff, maybe no obstruction on level skill 3, but healing reduced if so. I don't like his level 1 and level 2 on his healing is very bad. Like it's whatever, right? The amount that you restore is low. Unless you get like hit like 1,000 times and then like have your HP go down to 10% and then it like heals back up whatever you had before plus the like an extra 10%, right? But the thing is that like you are leveling up skill 3 the least amount. So if anything, I would rather just see it buffed a little bit for like level 1 and level 2 of it. Like I think early game it just does nothing. But he definitely does need the early HP buff, and I think that he just needs to get like 3 XP or 3% transformation for minion rather than 2%. Obstruction on skill 3 would be pretty nice as well. But because characters are starting to lose obstruction a lot more, Gammas are starting to lose it, Super Saiyan Goku lost it. Like all of these offensive characters, the DPS characters, it's only technicals and tanks that can stun now. I think that it's arguably a lot less for Cell to need obstruction, but it is what it is, right? Like if you're facing like Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta and Bardock, I guess like Wrath and stun from Vegeta can mess you up, but still. Gotenks revert the 1 second cooldown you gave to the Super Ghost makes skill 1 a little hard to get out of. Maybe skill 2 does some damage and has a faster startup time. I think the faster startup time definitely needs to happen. Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, reduce duration of wall or make it breakable. Alternate is not being CC immune from behind his wall. This would be cool if they made it where he's not CC immune, specifically to behind the wall. Lower stun time from skill to 1.5 seconds to 1 on his skill 2. Could increase damage slightly on skill 1 to make up for it if you do. Yeah, his skill 1 is like actually pointless. Like all it does is activate his passive. Ultimate Gohan increase stacks from needed 4 stagger for to 3, and alternate is take away his skill 2 stun when hitting them into walls or other players. Vegito slightly reduces effective with the Ultimate Gohan 1, yes. Vegito slightly reduces effectiveness in team fights and more useful in solo or double fights. When they just buffed him, I don't think they need to adjust him. I think he's okay as is. If anything, he needs to be nerfed. Like, I get it. Okay, Vegito does not need... Like, okay, Vegito's whole thing is team fights. That's like his main gimmick, his main role, his main thing that he does the best. Right? So, like, trying to make it where he's better for solo or double fights, I think is a little silly. Because that's not what he's trying to do. His damage is not insane if you're just targeting one person, and I don't think it needs to be like that, because his damage is bonkers the second you start getting into team fights. Super Saiyan Bardock skill 1 needs to do a little less damage, or Wrath time shortened or shorter range at level 3. Trade-off to be increasing his level 1 and level 2 super attack by increasing the width or damage. I agree with this. I think his Wrath on his skill 2 needs to be much worse than it is now. It's too good. Super Oob, revert Cyclone stack back to what it used to be. needs damage decrease, it currently does too much. So I'm the one person that I think that this probably doesn't need to have happen. So Oob had his Cyclone max limit increased, but then his ultimate didn't get adjusted at all, right? What happened is because Oob gets so much damage from Cyclones and his limit got increased, it made his ultimate increase. Just change his ultimate to do less damage overall from those Cyclones, and I think he's a lot more well-rounded, right? Also, his skill 3 needs to have like a smaller, or like a bigger cooldown. That 1 second cooldown that, or whatever it was before that it was on the skill 3, I think it needs to go back. Or was it skill 2? I think it was skill 2 actually. But either way, I think he needs to just like have a slightly larger cooldown on his skill 3. Topo increased damage on skill 1 slightly, maybe slightly on skill 2 as well. If both skills buffed, then maybe make skill 3 do less damage to players when Topo is attacked during it. Frieza, when minions die, slightly reduced cooldown on them. Zarbon should be 16 seconds and Dory should be 14 seconds. Current is 20 seconds and 18. Error 0 is still an issue. Kefla and Bardock have some audio issues. Kefla in her legendary intro and finisher time where she makes no noise. Bardock legendary intro as well. He doesn't make noise in the second part of it when the match starts. I think it would be great help from someone who spent 500 hours in the game and completely in the top 1,000 of the leaderboards. Thank you for listening. I think that these are like all really good changes though. We're going to go ahead and stop there though. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Hope you guys have a great rest of your week. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.